Not yet. Yeah, we are. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Titch and Geezer's Friday Night Chat Along. Geezer, how are you feeling now that England are in the European Championship final? First time England have ever got to a final on foreign soil.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? You know what I mean? We've looked so poor through the tournament and just kept winning and just getting through. Got a bit of luck. Thought their penalty shootout. You know, that was superb. Everyone took a cracking penalty. So we've got that part of the game. We used to always go out to penalties, didn't we? And now we're getting through on them. That was a good.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Yeah. So England played two games since we was live last.
Yeah.
Shit.
We
Sorry.
played both of them.
I was thinking of the Netherlands. That's it. So hold on. The game before was Switzerland.
Switzerland game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of just the Netherlands when. Yeah. So England were comfortable in the penalty shootout.
Yeah, very good, weren't they? Fair play to Saka. You know what I mean? Saka stood up and no problem, bang. You know what I mean? A lot of pressure on that boy from that. You know, the last time he missed it, cost us, didn't it? Him amongst others, and he got a lot of stick for it. Which is anyone who misses a penalty, you can never blame anyone for missing a penalty for me. But yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, he had the bollocks to stand up there and bang it in. And he scored a cracking goal in the game.
Yeah.
You know, Saka. You know, he had a good, decent game. Because he'd been fairly quiet in the tournament, Saka. For me, he's been fairly well, but that's not necessarily all his fault either. It's just the way we've been playing. It's quite negative. But, yeah, he stood up well, man. And Tony's penalty. Fucking hell, that boy's he's got ice going through his veins, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's just looking at the keeper and just no look into a corner.
Didn't even
Man, that's got some bollocks, that. On an international stage to get to a semi-final.
That's crazy.
And he can do that. Fuck him.
Maybe this 2 days after that, on Sky Sports on the app, there was an advert of Tony, which is quality, where he's just doing stuff without looking. You know, he's throwing, you know, it hit the bullseye, obviously, without looking. He's reading a book without looking. So, yeah, it's just hilarious. Everything he's doing, he's just not even looking. Like, it's good.
Man, that's some fucking bottle now, I'll tell you.
Can I? Look, let me just say something, right? And it's the reality, right? And it was proven when Rashford, Sancho, and Saka, you know, missed the penalties against Italy. So what I'm going to say is this: if you're a black player or mixed race player for England taking a penalty, the reality is there's even more pressure on you in a penalty shootout because
I think that
in your mind, you know, if I fuck up, I'm going to get racially abused on.
That's sad, isn't it? Because I sort of criticised Rashford myself, you know, when he missed that because he was fucking about step. Just go up and fucking bang it in, Rashford. I think it was his nerves that got to him there. He was trying to do this, you know, the staggered. And I was criticising him for that.
Of course.
Not him missing it. I just thought he went about it all wrong, son. Just bang it in, boy. But yeah, I think that is. I didn't realise there would be a backlash over being black players after their misses.
I knew it.
You know? I thought that was
anyone of colour knows what's coming. Like that's a bad thing.
We know what's coming.
So the reason why I say that is because when Saka was stepping up, I was thinking in his mind, as well as all the pressure of a penalty, he's also thinking, if I miss and we lose, it's so, and you know, it's
that's why I said, partly. You know, he had a lot of bollocks to stand up and take that penalty because of what happened last time, and he was still there, mate. He was still there banging,
fucking
cracking penalty.
Balls of steel. You know what I would say? You know, if I was putting on my comedic hat, I would say last Gareth Southgate in the Euros that we lost to Italy, the last three penalty takers were Sancho mixed race, Rashford black, Saka black miss. So he threw them under the bus. This time round, we had it was black and mixed race. Like, you know, Cole Palmer is mixed race. You know that, don't you?
No. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, his granddad is black, full black. Maybe
really?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, this time round we had There was no white
Well,
players. No, all 5 of them composed. England were all black or mixed race. So
Were
Gareth
they?
Southgate, once again, he's thinking, yeah, I'll put them in the firing line.
Yeah, they get it. Fuck them. They're gonna have the stick.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
them.
take all the stick off me, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Go on.
But you know, like I said, that's a bit of humour. But going back to that, you could see, right? So after the penalties, England have fully prepared. They've got some sort of breathing coach and psychology, and you could see they was taking a breath. They was composing. All of them done the same thing before they took that penalty. So it was almost like, yeah, like where they took a breath.
I didn't look at it that hard. Like,
waited another 2-3 seconds, then took it. So they practiced these to perfection. And I think what they've been taught, I believe, is make up your mind, which we all say and don't change. I think during, you know, Rashford probably changed in the last tournament. I think these are doing what they're told. Look, focus, pick a spot. If you hit it true, the keeper can't save it. And yeah, the way those penalties went in, I was like, yeah, I was impressed, really impressed.
And which even Kane's penalty, which game was that? That was the Holland game.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a cracking penalty as well.
The keeper went the right way, exactly. So he's one as well.
Keeper was close, mate. It had to be perfect in that corner.
Save it when I see him diving the right way, yeah.
Oh, and he's a big lad, isn't he? I thought he was going to get fingertips to that, but bang. Yeah, so definitely sorted that because we've gone out. I mean, Southgate himself missed the penalty, didn't he? Cost us.
Yeah.
No, and Waddle did. You know, so many top players have missed penalties. So if they've been a bit more professional about how to take them and that's fucking brilliant. Because every penalty, that's 6 out of 6. You know, count Kane's, bang on. You know, superb.
They've been preparing. Good evening, Robert. As always, big up Lawrence. Good evening from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. Common Island. What's your thoughts on the penalty we got against the Dutch? And Lawrence says, not a penalty, really. Now, Gary Neville said it was a disgrace. Ian Wright, you know, was in the same studio. They was almost arguing. He's saying, listen, it's reckless from their guy. If that was anywhere else on the pitch, it would be a free kick. So what's your thoughts?
Well, they're both true.
Yeah.
For me, as a defender, it's never a fucking penalty in a million years. You're getting the block law. Kane kicks him. But his studs are showing, but his studs ain't really going for Kane. They're going for the ball.
Yeah.
But Kane kicks the ball away and then kicks into his studs. To me, it's never a penalty in a million years. But you know, is he right about would that be given as a free kick around the yard? Yeah, probably. But even
Lawrence's reply, not a penalty really. See, it's that
exactly.
That's a
it's one of them.
area one. It's a tough one. That one.
It is, but I just wonder. The referee didn't give it, and then he went and had a better look at it, and then he gave it. And you think, I think in these tournaments now they're given. That's going to be a given. To me, is it a penalty? Did he foul him? No. Did Kane kick him? Yes. So, you know, that both can be right because it's not a penalty. Fuck you.
Well, let me just try and be as super positive as possible. Maybe that little lucky break. Bellingham scoring wasn't luck, but look how late it was. Maybe this would all imply that the luck is with England, and maybe England is going to finally.
I think it is. I think we have been fortunate. You know, very fortunate, and it's gone our way. And look, fuck it, Maradona touched the fucking ball in the net, mate. Lampard's shot against Germany went a yard over the line and wasn't given.
Yeah.
You know, we've had some terrible decisions against us in tournaments football. So fuck it. You know, I mean, that one's a 50. That's subjective, that one. That's a 50-50 that went our way.
Yeah.
To me, I don't believe it's a penalty, but a lot of people will. Good day, Inky.
Good evening, Inky. Last week's champ at a canter. So, what do you make of everybody as well, really? What do you not make of Spain? Like, oh, sorry, before you get to that, did you see what happened to Morata?
No.
Right, so as far as I'm aware, at the end of the game, somebody maybe tried to get on the pitch and all. Anyway, so a security guard has run to stop him or whatever. But as he's done it, he slipped into Morata, split his legs, and then his knees jerked, and there's a high chance that he misses the final over something so ridiculous. Yeah.
No.
And like I said, with that luck for England and all, remember he's their captain at the minute, Morata.
Yeah, that's
he's
terrible.
So the steward or whatever's run, but as he's got near, he's actually slipped 2-footed. He's 2-footed him, but he's like hit him on his foot, but his knees have bent the opposite. Yeah, it was a weird one.
Was he an English steward? Was he?
Yeah, I don't know. Evening, Walito. Big up, Wally. Yeah. So anyway, so what do you lot make of Spain? What do you make of Spain?
Really, they're the only team to me that's been really class to watch and enjoyable to watch through the whole tournament. I think there's been a couple of teams that have done really well, like Slovakia played well. The Swiss have been good in this tournament. You know, I think we've been pretty shit up until the Holland game, and performed a bit better. But when you talk about football next time, I think the Swiss and the Spanish have been the two better teams to watch, and Spain especially. They've been good, man. That young lad, fucking hell.
16,
where do you get them fuckers from? How can you be that good?
That's ridiculous.
On 16. That confident at 16. He's 17 today, I think, or tomorrow. Your
tomorrow. Yeah, before we.
He's 17. Oh, come on, the young, and fair play to that manager, that Fuentes. I love his name, by the way. I forget how to say it, but I got a great name, the manager of Spain.
I don't even know his name, you know.
Something that. Oh, it's got a great name, Fuentes. I don't know, brilliant name.
I'm gonna find it. But have we? I mean, we haven't really spoke about it. But are we really acknowledging that there's a 16-year-old boy lighting up the European Championship? He's the youngest scorer at any major tournament, like by far. I think Pele was the next youngest at 17 and something.
Yeah.
Whatever, but this boy is 16. Now, I found out yesterday, who told me yesterday? Somebody told me that any game, obviously, because the games are at like 8 p.m., and the rule in Germany is you can't work past 6 o'clock if you're not 18 or something like that. Spain have to pay Germany for him to play because he's breaking the law in their country. Did you know that? So because of his age and the rules in Germany, he's actually, because he's working, they've got to get around that by paying Germany because they are actually breaking the law.
He's still doing his homework after fucking training. Fuck's sake, man.
You know what his homework is? It's how to count my money. It's just maths, really. Simple.
Well, yeah. What will I be worth after this tournament? 80 mil or 150 mil? Something in between that. My God. And no less than the other boy on the left. What's he? Is he? I keep mixing his name up.
Nico Williams.
Nico Williams.
Yeah.
He's been shining as well, man.
Exactly.
But this guy's just took all the limelight. Because what a banger of a goal he scored the other night. Fucking hell. The young boy cut in and hit that left foot. Top corner. What a goal. Man, the boy's he's got a fucking hell of a future, hasn't he? But I give the credit to that manager for actually playing, because I know the likes of Southgate and Moyes, these type of men wouldn't play him. No matter how good he is, they wouldn't take their chance. And this manager does, because that manager, he has coached all the under fucking 15s, 18s, 21s for Spain, I think. So, do you know what I mean? So he sees the potential, he sees the class in it, and he'll take a chance on them. Them two young lads have been lighting it up. Been a breath of fresh air for this tournament, the both of them. And they've been good. So they've got a good mix there. I think you can see Pepe's at the end of it for Spain. You know, he weren't playing in that last game, was he? I'm not sure whether he was injured or he just rested him.
Who?
Was it Pepe?
No, Pepe's Portugal.
No, who am I thinking? Yeah, not Pepe. What's his name?
Isn't it? No, I'm trying to think who would be for Spain. Nah, I'm trying to think who. They had Thingy on the bench because he weren't on the bench. He was suspended. Was Carvajal from Real Madrid, the right back. He was suspended for that game. I can't think who you're talking about though, because they ain't really got any older players in that team that I can. No, You might be thinking of Pepe, obviously.
I don't think of Italy.
Or
But
Portugal.
Carvajal, another one. Did you see he was on the yellow and he was going to miss that semi-final if he got another, and he did.
Yeah.
But right at the end of the game there, he just rugby tackled that guy and got sent off.
Exactly.
Because it didn't matter. He's going to miss one match. You can't miss the final over cards now.
Yeah.
So he knew he was going to miss it. So he just fucking dragged him down anyway. He got sent off.
Who was that against? Not France, was it? No, not France. No, who was that against? Because France. Yeah, sorry.
Well, it must be this game, was it?
Spain have played France.
Yeah, no, that was against. It was France. Yeah, it was France.
But when he done that?
Yeah.
No, because he missed the France game. That was a semi-final. He missed that game because of the one before. Which, remember, we spoke about.
No, it must have been the one before there, mustn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so what did you make of that? Right, let me get to the comments, sorry. And then we'll see, the Spain v France game. Right, Lawrence says, how much did you Englishmen pay the ref? 2 shillings. Oh, and it was that same ref that was under scrutiny, the German guy that had been done before for cheating or max fixing or whatever.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure if he actually got looked at, did he? I'm not sure if he actually...
I thought he got done for it. Okay. One sec. Let's see what you lot are saying. You lot, remember, we had 3 games as well from the last lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
We
just got the 3 there, yeah. So you're right, it was the quarterfinal.
Yeah. Right, Robert says, just looked up Cole's granddad. He came over in 1960. He says 2009. And his great parents were part of the Windrush generation.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's weird because
I can't see any black in him. Can you?
I can. The reason why is
can you?
Remember, my 6 kids. That one of them is that same complexion, so he's a lot fairer than the rest of my children. So all of mine are different. My daughter's the same color as me, the big daughter. But my second eldest boy, he's that complexion as well.
So he'd be West Indian then.
Yeah, he's West Indian. Yeah, but his dad, his granddad is full black, like proper black.
Wow,
not my like black. So I didn't know, and then when they said it, I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't know until I saw that about maybe 3 months ago.
There you go.
Yeah, so his granddad is full black, like Ian Wright black. That you understand? Yeah. And apparently, his celebration is something to do with his granddad as well. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I'll wait for you. I think, you know what, in case you're not unaware, his celebration, I thought it was because his name was Cole Palmer. He was like cold. But what he's saying is, I think he's basically paying homage to his Caribbean roots, where it's warm over there and it's cold over here. So that's what that celebration is all about. Right, let's go. Let me just... Spain looked good in the last match versus France. Yes, they did. And France was disappointed in this tournament. What are your thoughts moving forward after Southgate got you to the finals and maybe a win? Good question. Let's see what... Right. Lawrence has asked, what's your thoughts moving forward after Southgate got you to the finals and maybe a win?
Do you know, there's so many similarities to Moyes, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's he stayed on after we won that cup, and you can't deny it. I didn't want him, but this year again, if he had qualified for Europe again, and I wanted him out bad, but has he got a case to say, look, I'll put you back in Europe again to stay? Yeah, he has. And I can't really deny that, even though I hate watching what we were doing. And I think it's a similar story with England. Jesus Christ, I think Southgate is killing me watching England, because I'm not looking forward to the games most of the time because of the way we played up until this Holland game. You know, I hated it. I really not enjoyed it. But if he goes on and wins it, or even he's got an argument for getting to final twice, you know, has he got an argument to stay? Yeah. Would I want it? No. But I don't know who else you're going to bring in either.
Does it? So. Gary Neville made a comment the other day, and when I thought about it, I thought he's right. Gareth Southgate is England's most experienced manager ever. And he's saying if you factor in his playing career, he's worked with the younger age groups, the time he's been with he knows England and the national setup better than any other manager England's had.
True.
Which is true, obviously, statistically, and it's true. But yeah, the football is woeful. But you know what? I would say this, yeah. The fact that he brought on Watkins in this game rather than Tony, who made a massive impact the game before, which I'm glad that he could identify this game is crying out for Ollie Watkins, not Tony, based off of last game he got us out. Of that.
See, you're right. I'd give him credit here for the Palmer and Watkins substitution in the Holland game. I don't with the Tony one. Because that was fucking, oh my God, just throw forwards on, wasn't it?
I don't give him no credit for that one.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't meant to get the extra time there, really. He threw him on with a couple of minutes to go, hoping something might happen with Tony there. And we got to extra time, didn't we? Fuck. And then Tony made an impact. So to me, that was pure fucking luck that happened for him. But the Watkins one and the Palmer one was good. Prepared to take Kane off, one of your penalty takers. If it was going to come to that again, well, should be one of your penalty takers, but obviously not now. And and Watkins, fucking what an impact he made!
Great goal.
How
you doing, boy? Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, Ollie Watkins in his interview afterwards said that he said to Cole Palmer, "You're going to set me up, and I'm going to score." He said that to him. He said to him,
really?
As they're coming on, you're setting me up, and I'm going to score, which is what happened. Just right. So, in case I said this when you was off camera, so I always thought when Cole Palmer does that, it's because his name's Cole, so like cold.
Yeah.
But it's actually paying homage to his Caribbean roots, where it's a hot climate there and it's cold here. So he's saying he's cold, and obviously he's more of a tropical burst. Yeah, so that's what that celebration is about. When I thought it was
nice story.
Yeah, I thought it was cold. Like, cold is normally if something's good. Oh, he's cold. He's cold at football. I thought it was that. Like he's cold in that, but it's not that. It's
why am I seeing other players doing that lately now as well?
Copying him, isn't they?
Yeah, what are you doing copying him for, you donuts?
Yeah, exactly. Right, let me read. Let's get to all of these. Moving. Right, that shot by the 16-year-old Spanish player was awesome. Yeah, so not only, and you know what? Did we speak about this? Yeah, we did. No, we didn't. Did we? Wait, when was that game played? Yeah, it was. Did we
the
go
night
live
before England?
So have we gone live since that goal or no?
No.
We ain't. All right, so I'm sure I said this already. It sounds
that happened midweek, didn't it? Happened midweek.
I'm sure we spoke about it. Anyway, so I'll say it again. I'm sure I said this to you. Rabiot went on social media and was talking about no, maybe I told one of my sons. It's my son, actually. Anyway, so for those that are not aware, Adrien Rabiot, who plays for France and Juve, he went onto social media and said before the game, there's a lot of hype around Lamar. So far, he hasn't really faced any tests and along those lines, he hasn't really. Let's see what he does in the final. No, against us. Now that it's going to be a better opposition, bigger pressure, whatever.
Right.
Coincidentally, when he sent and sold a person a dummy and then put it in the top corner, that was Adrien Rabiot, who he said.
Rabiot, was it?
That was him. Yeah. So that mouth, and apparently his reply was a bit cryptic. He said something about move in silence and blah. So he replied without actually replying to him, but he was replying to him, saying just move in silence and blah. Anyway, and then he ended up doing that, and he sent Rabiot it's funny.
Brilliant.
So, Foden's shot was, and I think it would have been a better goal if it went in, but he was very.
If it had gone, yeah,
he would have been a better goal, I think.
And it was only 6 inches out, wasn't it? I mean, 6 inches inside that is in. Fucking great effort. Yeah. But there you go.
Let me read these. Did you hear about the trouble that Darwin Núñez got involved in? I saw an article, I read it, but I haven't seen it. So let me just. I know Lawrence said he's seen it, I think. I saw it, Robert. It was crazy. They say he and the other players were protecting their families. Yeah, so apparently they lost to Colombia in the Copa semi-final.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know if it was after the game or whatever, they saw their family getting maybe attacked or abused or by the Colombian fans. So they've obviously got into the stands, and I think Nunes was the main one who was like, yeah, you know, like protecting, and rightly
All
so.
right.
So
Was he throwing punches?
I'm not too sure, but I think he was like getting stuck in. But they said like their families, children in there, and all that, women and children were getting like, whether there was stuff getting thrown or whatever, they was getting physically getting. So yeah, he weren't having it.
All right.
Brought back the trouble the West Ham families found themselves in. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had Nosey, didn't we? We had Nosey and Lucas Paqueta getting stuck in there, didn't we? Trying to fucking have a go.
So you're talking about Pepe, Portugal. Must be Robert. Big up Charlie boy. Charlie boy. Felix Sawyer or something. Felix Sawyer.
Felix Sawyer. Is it? I watched the highlights of that game actually, the Colombia and Nunes. My God, he could have had a hat trick either. They lost 1-0. He could. Oh man, the chances he had.
I didn't see. I haven't seen none of the Copa.
Oh man, he had 3 or 4 good chances. You know what I mean? And didn't put any of them away.
And that's
because I actually picked them to win. Because once I saw Bielsa running the show, I said, mate, they're good at the bet for winning this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was only the 1 goal in that game. They're out.
Yeah. Titch, are you half West Indian, half Irish? So half Jamaican, not half Irish, but part. My dad is Irish family, but yeah, you know, like obviously then came over here, and so not directly, but yeah, Irish, English, and Jamaican.
Yeah. Orange beans. Loads of varieties, Titch. There's loads of varieties.
Yeah.
Titch,
Palmer has the flags of England and St. Kitts and Nevis on his boot. Yeah, so I don't think he is Jamaican.
Right.
Yeah.
No. St. Kitts
and Nevis. Yeah.
What's St. Kitts? A Caribbean island or?
Yeah, it's Caribbean island. Yeah. So it's,
right. Yeah. So it's the Caribbean.
Yeah, because I didn't think it was Jamaican. What did I say? I said bloody.
Oh, I thought he was the West Indies, but
he's the West Indies. It's West India.
Yeah. Well,
St. Kitts and Nevis. So it's just they call them small island. That's what Jamaica call them, small island. It's almost like a derogatory term, like
is
Jamaica's the top boys and they're all small island. That's what they call
it. Right, yeah.
Small island.
Which is, it's in the North American continent, isn't it? It's in North America.
Yeah.
Jamaica. Classy. Yeah. A lot of people get that wrong with Caribbean, Jamaica, and that, but it is North America.
Yeah.
As far as I know, unless I've got it wrong.
Does it? It's weird. It is, but it's yeah.
Anyway.
It's a bit. I
didn't know that about Palmer. That's quite. I'll be looking at him now and seeing for his features, mate. What's he got?
Yeah,
he must have something.
So yeah, I didn't know initially, and then soon as I was like, yeah, like I said, my second eldest son, he's very fair skinned, but his features and that he's probably got like the blackest nose out of all of my kids, but he's got like the fairest skin. So yeah, but like I said, my daughter, she's like the same complexion as me. So
it's made that because my one of my nieces who moved to America, I think she's in Washington DC. She moved out. She was in the women's RAF. My brother's daughter, and she was in the RAF, and hooked up with an American RAF guy, black guy.
Yeah.
And moved to America, and her kid said Joshua is the first. Man, what a beautiful boy. He's such a good-looking boy, but your sort of tone, geezer.
Yeah.
And he's got that meat. He looks like a fucking model. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember him having a photograph taken, not sure what he was into, but with Obama. Wow. He had a great photo of him next to Obama, like in some university thing or school thing they were doing. But yeah, what a good-looking lad.
Well, that's your great nephew.
Yeah.
Wow. How old is he?
How old is he now?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be probably 30 now.
And is he still in the States?
Yeah, they're still in the States, man.
What part?
Yeah. I haven't talked to her for a while now, quite a while, but because I went on Facebook about 5 years ago, so I've lost touch with all that shit.
Do you know what part of the country they're in?
I think it's Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's into real estate and that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Seems to be doing quite well. Yeah, very well. Now, he was doing well. Forget what he was doing, but he was doing well. He went to university and everything else. So, yeah.
So your great nephew's
I hope he's not in Black Lives Matter.
fully fledged Yank. Your nephew, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got American roots now, guys. So.
Yeah. Give him his passport. Right, England played more entertaining against Netherlands. What did you think about the performance from England?
First half, yeah. Thought they were good in the first half, but I thought, again, old Koeman's a smart cookie, man. Yeah. He changed things because he saw England were getting on top, and Foden and Mainu, they had a lot of room, man. They were getting the ball a lot. They were making things happen. And he changed it, and he brought that extra man to midfield. He put Weghorst up top, and and then all of a sudden the second half, not so much of Mainu. You know, he weren't getting on the ball, but you give credit to Koeman there. He saw what was happening and made that change, and it did help Holland. And in that second half, it just looked like everyone was limping to extra time, didn't it? Yeah. I didn't really see anyone winning this game. I thought it was going to go all the way to penalties by then. But Ollie, 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 Snow White Collie. In he comes, boy. Oh, what a fucking finish. And you know what? I was watching it, and as soon as he got the ball, I went, he's just going to turn and hit it. Keeper's going to save it. And, final whistle. That'll be it. And he did. I didn't expect him to hit the corner.
Because I did through the legs and into
I thought the angle was too tight, guys. I didn't think
he was going to score from there.
Fucking beauty. Absolute beauty. Well done, Ollie. So that means Palmer's going to sign for Villa now. Is that what's happening?
or Watkins for Chelsea. And the thing is, they need a striker as well, don't they, Chelsea? They really do need a striker. Right, here we go. See, look, that's very interesting, Robert. St. Kitts is a tiny island. Like I said, small island. Yeah. So they get all of them islands get called. Agree, Wally. More pace up the pitch in the first half. They need to do the same thing against Spain. If the boys get tired, use that good bench. And England have got a good bench as well.
I have. Oh, they've got a great squad.
Yeah.
They've got a great squad. But the only thing that worries me about Southgate, because this is Spain, now we're playing the top team in the tournament. And then they'll get even more defensive because of it.
Which is very dangerous.
Like Moyes. It'll all be about holding on and trying to nick a goal on the break or something. But there you go. We'll see. He's got through so far. Anything can happen in the final. That's what I've always said. That anything can happen in the final. Should Spain win? Oh yeah. The way they're playing as a team, they're a better team than us. You know, they've proved it all through this. They haven't lost a game. You know, they're really, really good. I think they've won every game, not just saying they haven't lost. And, they're the top team. But that doesn't mean they're going to win. Many top teams get into the final and lose. So we've got a chance. It might even be better. Last time, we should have beat Italy. I expected us to beat Italy. We were a better team than Italy. That was it. And we lost. This time, we're not expecting. Spain are the favourites here. They're the best team. So that might be good for the England team not to be the favourites and surprise them.
You know, Roy Keane was on the same page as you. He said he was confident England would beat the Netherlands. He said it before the game. He said that, Southgate deserves credit. And he did say, look, finals are not necessarily won by the best team. I think he used Leverkusen losing to Atalanta this season. Manchester United beating Man City in the FA Cup. So,
exactly.
So and they beat Man United were by far the better team in that as well, and we know City's a much better team. So
and all form leading into that tells you that shouldn't be the case. Yeah, you know what I mean? But there you go.
Right, Charlie says, speaking of tropical, it's so fucking hot here in Florida right now. Humidity here is crazy.
Yeah.
What's the temperature there? Because it's funny. Over here, it's meant to be the summertime, but it's raining. It's a bit windy, and there ain't no sun here. Like we ain't had. Remember this time last year? I think this is like this house upstairs gets hot in the summer, but we ain't really had that. It's like, and it's now.
Oh, you've had a shit summer, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, like Normally by now, yeah, we have like
No, like Florida, it's a bit like here in Brisbane in the summer. The humidity's high. It's just, we're in a subtropical climate too, and fucking hell, when the humidity's up, Jesus Christ, it's hot. Yeah, and that's what Charlie's experiencing in Florida now. That's a humid place, man.
shit.
They must be hitting 90, 30 odd degrees, 90 plus. I'd say Florida at this time of year, wouldn't they? They'd be in the 90s or the 30 somethings.
Right, Charlie says Colombia. Oh yeah, they went down to 10 men and still won against Uruguay. Yeah, they played the whole second half with 10 men and still won.
Yeah, not saying.
You see that?
All right, was he? Go Nunes, get in there. Nothing wrong with that, boy. Nothing wrong with that.
Charlie says sometimes you have to go in the stands and punch a mofo. Standard.
Fuck yeah.
Lawrence says I've watched Nunes enough with Liverpool that he's a good player but misses a lot of opportunities.
Absolutely, Lawrence. He does. Even with Liverpool, he does miss a lot of chances. He gets in the right places and he creates them. He's a top player, but he's finishing. It could be better. If he could finish as well as the rest of his game, man, he'd be one of the top players in the world.
So, see the chances he had yesterday. Were they chances that Harry Kane would bury?
I'd say out of about the 4 that he had, he should have at least took one of them, maybe 2.
Yeah.
There were good chances, and he just didn't. Maybe he got unlucky as well, but yeah, what's that?
Yeah, look, see, so Charlie says his mum's Italian, his dad's Irish ancestors, but he was born in England. Yeah, so that's the same as my dad.
Italian Irish. There you go. Yeah.
Geezer, I am your younger brother from another mother, says Lawrence.
Absolutely, Lawrence.
Pressure is off in
a lot younger.
Spain are favourites. Today, it felt like it was 100 degrees. Feel like, wait, hold on. Today,
100 degrees. Oh, right then. So he must be in about 30, 35, something like that.
That felt like it was 106.
That's hot. Once you get past that 33, it's fucking stinking, especially with humidity. That's fucking hot, man.
Damn.
Yeah. That's sweltering.
Remember, Charlie's near the beach as well. So that sort of weather, there's no need for any bikinis, is there? What's the point? Tell me what the beach is saying in that weather, Charlie. Is there a nice view?
We've had it over 100 here. The fucking tarmac on the road was melting.
Shit.
Fucking still got all sticky, you know? Unreal when it gets to that heat. I think the highest I've had here was 43 working in it. That's fucking horrendous.
Which is what in Fahrenheit?
I'm not exactly, because I know if you say double add 30 gives you in 2 degrees, but as the higher you go, the more that sort of changes. But I'd say 43 must be, at least 105, 110 maybe.
Damn. One sec. So, right, this goes to everybody. We'll get into last week's the 3 games we've done as well. Who's been the most disappointing team for you this tournament? This is for everybody. Who's been very underwhelming?
England. On an entertainment point of view, up until the Holland game, England been very disappointing with the squad they've got. But Italy, for me, I expected more from Italy, but no, they're fairly a poor team at the moment. Italy looks like they need a lot of transitioning, a lot of they need new blood and maybe a new manager. I don't know, but they were quite underwhelming. Italy for me. Thought it could be better. You always expect them to turn up. I thought Germany were good. I thought a lot of them teams on the wrong. Spain, Germany, Portugal, all on the wrong side of a draw. Really, all on the same side. I thought Germany were good. It was only because they came up against Spain. Portugal were decent. That's who I was thinking of, Pepe in Portugal.
Yeah.
But nowadays, he was looking, that's the point. I was thinking, I don't know why I had him in my head. He started to look his age, at times from Portugal. But there were some exciting stuff coming from them. But yeah, I think Italy.
France was the most disappointing.
Yeah, yeah, they were pretty disappointed. Yeah, they weren't shining, were they? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm watching them, and I think Kante's been their best player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it says a lot when you're sort of defensive midfielder. One of the older players is shining. Yeah, they were pretty disappointing. A lot of teams have, because there haven't been, normally you get 2 or 3 outstanding teams in the tournament. I think Spain is the only one that reached that. You know, like I said, I think Switzerland, Slovakia, can hold their heads up high. They've done well, played some good stuff. Yeah, but Spain take the gold medal. But that doesn't mean they're going to win.
Right. It's funny. I was thinking about Charlie today. I was thinking I ain't spoke to. Anyway, in other news, did you hear that Charlie Walsh is leaving Hammers chat?
No.
That's from Robert. Robert. Yeah, I don't go on YouTube. So what's the story? Like, is he just? Yeah, he's doing his own thing. Like, what's? Yeah, I will speak to him, but. Do you know like why, Robert?
Any reason? I was like, Jesus Christ, he probably burnt out doing them watch-alongs, mate. Fuck it. That would have burnt me out doing them watch-alongs for West Ham the last 2 years.
I would, you know what? Like, I would hope that he's gonna carry on doing his own thing then, at least, and doing the watch-alongs and stuff like that. Because all due respect to Hammers chat, the watch-alongs are Charlie, isn't there? That's his thing.
Yeah, that's
so
Charlie.
Therefore, you'd hope that he could retain that audience if he wants to carry on doing YouTube. You understand? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's first time hearing this.
And he does a lot of their stuff for them as well, doesn't he? Thumbnails and all that, the editing or whatever it is they do. He's a part of that. I think he makes up all the thumbnails for them for all their other programs. And Charlie, yeah, I didn't know he's leaving. Maybe he's found a job or something he has to do.
That's what Wally said. He's got a real job.
He might have got a real job, Wally, yeah.
Right.
I've been doing this for about 6 years. I've never been still waiting for me money.
Good evening, Mal. Mal says, hi, lads. Bean Docs today said, I'm suffering with depression. He knows I hate Labour. So I'm hoping that
G'day, Mal.
That was a tongue-in-cheek and you're not actually suffering with depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you're good anyway, Mal. Seriously. And yeah, I was thinking, where's Mal? I went down through the comments earlier and I was like, no, he's still not here yet. And then I see that. So I'm glad. Yeah, you know, we get very familiar with the people in the chat. So yeah, when one's not here, we know. So yeah, I'm glad you're here. Bean Doc today said I'm suffering with depression. He knows I hate Labour. Let me go. Sorry, I think I missed some comments. One sec. Robert says, there we go. Charlie said, man, ain't got time for beach. I'm using it in a C concrete, leveling it out. C concrete, leveling it out.
You concreting, Charlie boy? Oh, fuck that.
What's that? I'm using it in a C concrete, leveling it out.
I'm guessing he's doing concreting, maybe driveways or whatever, or on a building site, fucking doing slabs, maybe. I'll tell you what, that in the heat, that's a bastard of a game, that concreting in that kind of heat. Like, you're out in it all the time. If that's what he's doing.
Lawrence says, totally agree, Geezer. They had too many of the top teams on the same side of the draw.
Yeah, we got lucky. That's another bit of luck that we had. Really, we had a great route to the final. Even all them other teams are on the one side, you know. So it worked for us again, and we're there.
Charlie says Spain is dangerous. They could have scored 9 goals versus.
I'll tell you, has really disappointed me for England. I didn't expect it. Is Walker?
Yeah,
I think
he has been a bit. Yeah, he has.
Poor, man. Some of his passing been poor.
Yeah.
So really, he has disappointed me. I thought he'd have more of an impact.
Yeah, and he has been. He has been really bad. And the one thing that sort of overshadows when he is so bad is that pace helps us sometimes, you know, gets us out of trouble. He done it I think one time in this game against Netherlands. I was thinking if there's anybody else, they're through, mate. I think he done a side tackle. Yeah, so he ran and timed, and but anybody else ain't catching that player. So yeah, it's like
that's right. Yeah, he's played helped him out here and there, but generally his play, even going forward, has been poor. He's putting balls into the box, been shit. Some of his, oh man, I just noticed him because he's usually so bloody good at City, isn't he? He's such a part of the attack as well as getting back. And I just noticed him being off it a bit, not being at his best spot. He could turn up for fucking the final, couldn't he?
Wally phoned me and said Kyle Walker's just a glorified Ryan Fredericks. He said he should be playing for England. Lack of scoring for the tournament was disappointing, says Lawrence. You know, it's funny because there's been some bangers, and even Xavi Simons, who bullied Declan Rice, he scored a banger as well. But we've had some nice outside of the box goals. So lack of scoring for the tournament. I wonder if he's talking about England or just in general.
Do you know, I can't remember a top free kick hitting the top corner, Geezer. Do you?
No, I don't think no one scored a free kick. I think they said
that's something that normally shines in tournaments, isn't it? You know, a Payet free kick or Ronaldo hitting the top corner.
Tried, didn't he?
We've had Beckham in the past, and even Trippier. But no, I haven't seen any team hit one top corner.
I think they said before one of those games, England or France, there's been no free kick goals this whole tournament, which is that's a rarity, isn't it? But at the start, when we had all those outside of the box goals compared to the last Euros, they said there was a lot more shots going in from outside the box. So, but no free kicks. Imagine we go through the whole tournament with no free kicks.
It's weird, eh?
Yeah. Hi lads, sorry, read that one. He's got a real job. Malk. A lot of minor teams have done well, i.e. Turkey, Georgia.
Yeah, another one, Robert. Yeah, Turkey, as they're called now. They shone. You know what I mean? They've done well. Like I say, Switzerland, Turkey, for me, Slovakia. They've been good. They're sort of playing like Iceland were. Was it in the last World Cup when they sort of shone for a while? They've done well, mate.
Okay, well, this is good to hear. Charlie has got his dream job, no falling out or anything. So he's got. Yeah, you've got your dream job.
Got his dream job. Good for him, mate.
I wonder what that is. Is that anything to do with what? Do you
know I ain't working for the BBC.
I wonder if it's anything editing or that wouldn't be his dream job, though. I don't think.
One would think, wouldn't one?
I don't know if that would be his dream. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Okay, good for him.
Right. He asked, "How often do I feel this way?" I said every Friday. And so would he? If he listened to the Pratt, I have to. Oh, okay. Right. So Matt, this is Malk's.
What's this? Well, nothing like that, Friday. Oh dear, there's no cure for it, Mel. No, only switching off. That's it.
I'll put it on mute. House foundation. Sorry, it's only because you said C. Right. When you said C, I didn't know.
Yeah, man, that's a hard game out in the sun, man. Fucking hell, that's hard, especially that concrete. Because it was similar. Say where Charlie Boy is similar to the weather we get in that summer. And you see the concrete is doing it, mate. They've got to work quick as well. They're knee deep in it. And because depending on the heat of the day and the humidity, and how quick that shit's going off as well, you got to be right on it, man. They're good at it. It's a hard game, old concrete. It really is.
And like you said, in the heat as well.
I mean, a lot of them are bent over all fucking day. Fucking doing the concrete. It's hard on the back.
Shit.
Yeah. Especially if floating it and everything else. Yeah.
Robert says, hoping Charlie make an appearance on here. I'm sure he will. I'm sure, unless he's just, that's it, completely done with YouTube. But I'm sure we'll get him on here. I'm confident in that, actually. And that would be good. I'm sure he'll come on here at some point.
Yeah,
he will.
Say goodbye to YouTube.
He'll be on here. He will, Robert. No crawl space here. like up north. Houses on solid. No cool space or basement here. Ah, no cool space here. Houses are solid. So how long you been doing that, Charlie? Yeah, how long you been doing that? Must be brutal to be respect. Yeah, do you get what he's saying? He says no crawl space here, like up north. Houses are on solid, no crawl space or basements here.
Yeah, that's similar to here, Charlie. We don't have cellars in Queensland or in Brisbane. We have it's just a flat slab on the ground, man. Nothing underneath. Yeah, same here. All the houses here, nearly all the houses here, are built with a staff with a slab. Then the framing goes on top of the slab. So very similar, yeah.
I suspect it's something editing for wrestling.
I do like wrestling, don't I?
I'm gonna, yeah. Right. Oh shit! Robert says England had no corners last game. What, against the Netherlands or the one before that, Robert? Fucking hell, no corners.
That's something I didn't take much notice of.
That's crazy.
That couldn't have been Holland, surely.
Well, right. Let's get into it's only a little free game thing. Let's get into last week's predictions that we've done. It's only 3 games, so this will only.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody scored any points. I purposely, once again, didn't look at anything. I'm wondering if those corners were in a game that we picked England, Switzerland, didn't we? We didn't do England, Netherlands because they had to play that game first.
Yeah, we had England, Holland, Switzerland, Holland, Turkey, Spain versus France.
Yeah. So yeah, luckily because if England had no corners, then that would have. Right. Let me see this. Charlie says, used to help my grandfather build houses since I was a boy. Can do almost anything. I don't mess with electrical though.
No, stay away from the electrics, Charlie. Same here.
What about plumbing? Can you do plumbing as well, Charlie? Because I know some people, electrics to stay away and then the plumbing they stay away from as well. Right, so let me go to last week's little mini thing. One sec. Who messaged me? No one. Last week. Here we go. Right, so was the first game on the England-Switzerland? It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
Okay, right, which finished. What was the score? Did that go extra time, that game or not? Was that the penalty?
Yeah, 1-1, wasn't it? 1-1.
Oh, shit, it was, wasn't it? Right, let me just.
That's the penalty game, isn't it? That's the penalty.
Right. So that finished 1-0. England ended up winning on penalty. So when we do the stats, that it's just within the 90 minutes, the cards and shots on target. Anyway, right. So what did we pick for that score-wise? It finished 1-0. Let me.
I picked 2-1 to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Could have gone that way as well. But you went 3-1 England, 2-2 said Robert. He picked the draw. 2-1 to England said Lawrence. 2-0 England said Mal. 2-1 said Inky. 1-0 said Gary. He's nil, and Darren went 3-1. Darren popped it, didn't he, right here? To England. So no one got the 1-1 draw.
Right, let me just read the 2 comments and then I'm going to get to. I have to go for the 90 minutes there. Apparently, Charlie is doing the final watch along on Sunday for the England game and one more Hamish chat video.
Yeah, right.
Mount says, I had a Lego building set as well, Charlie. Right, let me check the statue lot. Because it is over 90 minutes, I've got to do it per half. First half, England. Right, so let me do the corners. There was 3 corners in the first half and 2 for Switzerland. So there was 5 corners. Let me put that down. England, 5 corners. And then what's the next one? Oh shit, cards is meant to be first, isn't it? One sec. Cards. Fuck off. Let me go back here. Right, cards. 1 in the first half, 2, 3 cards. Right. 3, 5. Now, shots on target. We had stats. First half shots on target. None in the first half. Shit. Second half. 3, 2 for Switzerland. England only had 1 shot on target in the 90 minutes of that Switzerland game, which was obviously
this is one of the reasons I slag England off. In them 2 games, before Holland, even Holland had their first shot on target against Switzerland. Was that Slovakia? Wasn't it when Bellingham scored that goal?
Yeah, 94th minute or whatever.
94th minute, and in this one, was this one the same? How many shots on target?
1, and that was the goal.
And that was the goal
in the 90 minutes. Yeah, in the 90 minutes, 1 shot on target, and then obviously extra.
Well, that's got to be the goal.
Yeah, extra time. England had 2 shots in extra time, but in the 90 minutes they had 1 shot, which was the goal.
Exactly,
and that was a penalty. Yeah, no, not a penalty. It wasn't a penalty against Switzerland, was it? It was Saka. Saka scored, didn't he?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
that was it.
That's worrying.
Right. So you lot, in the 90 minutes, England v Switzerland, there was 3 cards, 5 corners, 3 shots on target, finished 1-1. Right. So let's see. Giza 3-5-3. Nope. Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Nope. No. 2 people correctly predicted 3 cards, and that was Gary and Darren Higgins. They both picked 3 cards.
Yeah. When I don't count, they're not here. I get fucked up.
Yeah, so Gary and Darren Higgins have, they're the only ones that have scored any points for that game. I'm just double checking. Yeah. Right, let me read the comments and then we'll get to Netherlands v Turkey. I'll hook up a vanity, toilet, bathtub, lay tiles, but if the shitter breaks, I'm not digging in the ground, fixing poo. Plumber is a shitty job, no pun intended. Here we go. Sorry, Darren. Sorry, Rob. I didn't know you'd done this. Yeah, 1-1, 3 cards, 5 corners. Nice one. Yeah, I didn't realize you'd done that. Right. So the next game was Netherlands v Turkey, which finished. Was that 2-1 Netherlands? Did it finish 2-1? Let me just double check that. It was, and that was in normal time, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, and there was no extra time for that. Cool. So that finished 2-1. So what did we pick for that game? Netherlands 2, Turkey 1.
Yeah, I picked 1-0 to Holland. Netherlands. You went 2-2. 3-2 said Rob to Netherlands. 1-0 said Lawrence. 2-1 to Turkey said Malk. 2-0 said Inky to Holland. 2-0 said Gary. 2-1 said Darren.
To who?
To Holland.
Oh, wow. Darren, remember, that's 15 points for a correct score.
Oh, fuck yeah.
For correct score. So he got 10
I'll never
points.
Remember that. You know that. So Darren, 25 already. Without whatever happened to the cards.
Darren did say if he's not present, then just give all these points to Lawrence. So, Lawrence.
Yeah, fucking happening.
Right, let me tell you. Right, if Robert ain't done it, let me just tell you he might be doing it now. Right, we need to double check anyway. So, stats. I can tell you the cards were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Robert might have 6, but one of them was somebody was not on the pitch. 2 of them was not on the pitch. A yellow card. Right, let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in that game.
Shit.
Let me just put that down first. 7 cards, and yeah, one was the manager for Turkey. One was someone else weren't on the pitch either. Right, 7 cards. Corners. We had stats. Corners. There were 10 corners. 10 corners. Shots on target. We had shots on goal 8. We like that. And it finished 2-1. Right, so 7, 10, 8. Here we go. Nope. Right, so I correctly predicted 7 cards, so I'll have a 10 points. because last week I scored no points.
Yeah, that's true.
7, 10, 8. Right. Nope. 8. Inky correctly predicted 8 shots on target. Well done, Inky.
Well done, Inky.
7, 10, 8. Gary also predicted 8 shots on target. And Darren Higgins correctly predicted 7 cards. So another 10 points for Darren. 35 points in 2 games. Bloody hell.
Yeah, Darren smashing it.
Right, so Robert, the reason why you've got 4 cards is because one was the manager and one was someone else, both not on the pitch. So yeah. definitely. Right, he's got 4 cards. Let me just double check that. I've got 7 here. It was definitely 7. It was maybe there was 3 people not on the pitch. Simmons, 1, 2, Van Dijk.
Yeah. Need to get everything right in that last game.
it's definitely 7, Darren.
Yeah, because Darren doesn't get Robert doesn't get the cards that go on after.
But he's normally there was 2 of these here that weren't on the pitch, so that means Robert should have 5 there. But it was 7. It was definitely 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, definitely 7 cards. Right. So last game was it in Spain v France? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was that normal time? Yes, it was. Which finished Spain 2, France 1. No need for extra time there. So what did we pick for Spain 2, France 1?
I forgot that. I picked 2, Spain 2, France 0. Nearly. 1-1 you said, 1-1 said Rob, 1-1 said Lawrence. 2-0 said Mel, 2-0 said Inky, 1-0 said Gary, 1-0 said Darren. I'm closest.
No one got that.
Because I went first.
Right.
Yeah, so, no one got it.
Carl.
No, I didn't give France a goal. I remember saying that. They're not scoring enough for me. I didn't give them a goal.
I remember you saying that. I do remember you saying it, actually.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
What did I pick?
You went 1-1.
Oh, 1-1.
So close.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right, there was 4 cards, all yellows. Put that down here. 4 cards. There were how many corners? There were corners. 10 corners. 10 of them. Shots on target. We had
someone should get something.
Shots on goal. We had 5. Surprisingly, 2 for Spain. So Spain's only 2 shots on target ended up in the goal.
Wow.
And France obviously had 3. So there was 5 shots on target there. And it finished 2-1. Right, so here we go. 4, 10, 5. Nope. Right, so I correctly predicted 5 shots on target. Thank you. Thank you. 4, 10, 5. 4, 10, 5, 4, 10, 5, 4, 10, 5. And that's it. Nobody else scored any points.
That's it.
That's it, sir.
Yeah, well, you can join third. There you go.
So, Darren, 35
so
points.
Darren with 35 points. Gary had 20. You had 20. Inky 10. And that's it. Everyone else 0.
2-2. No, 2-1, Robert. 4 cards, 10 corners, 5 shots. Lawrence, this is fixed because, as I said, Lawrence is the recipient of Darren's point if Darren's not here. So, Lawrence, do you want to retract that statement because you are actually this week's winner with 35 points?
Yeah, no. You stick with that, mate. It was fixed. So.
But yeah, Darren came in and got those points in 2 games. But yeah, you look. So, like I said, in the next season, because we're adding a little 5 points extra for correct score, then yeah, we should get some high scores. Yeah. And Geezer's record. We done that just to protect Geezer's record, so it's untouchable.
Yeah, that's done and dusted, mate.
No, yeah.
No, we'll set a new record next year with an extra 5 points.
Plus, and there's an extra element in regards to the shots on target as well. So there's definitely more points to be had this season. Thank you, Titch. If that is your name, that's my name, and you're the winner.
Yeah.
What rhymes with Titch? Sort of. Fix. Anyway.
Pitch.
Sorry, put total shots on. Oh, don't worry, Robert. Yeah. But yeah, I had to check it. And then I use yours just to cross-reference. Right, so that's out of the way. So yeah, once the season starts again, when does the season start? August, because these players are going to be tired, aren't they?
Ain't gonna be. What is that?
It's in August, like, is it like 19th or like? Yeah. Do you think any of these players are going to be rested by their clubs for the first couple of weeks, or straight back into it?
You know, they don't have much of a break, do they?
Nah.
Eh? The time they, you know, especially like the English and Spanish players, man, like me. You won't see, you know, they're not going to have much of a pre-season.
Nah, because
they've got to go on holiday after all this.
Exactly. It's
It's a lot.
Right, 2 matches to pick for the weekend, and I'm assuming you're talking about the Copa final and Euro final, yeah? Which we can do that. We can do that. Copa America and the Euro.
Mm-hmm.
One sec.
Yeah.
One sec, sorry. Yeah, we can do that, Lawrence, definitely. West Ham have a game in Florida. Yeah, when is the 2 games?
Yeah.
Have they played any of them yet?
They're not there yet. They were in Austria. I think they're in Austria at the moment at some training camp in Austria.
Oh shit! Running for 90 minutes in middle of Florida, they're gonna have a stroke on the field.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of players missing from that though when they get to America. You're not going to have the likes of Rice, I doubt Paquetá, or they'll all be going on holiday now.
Rice definitely won't be there because he plays for Arsenal.
Oh, sorry, not Rice. Fucking Bowen, I meant. Yeah, forgot. Yeah, that's what I don't care about what he does now. But yeah, there'll be a lot of players missing. I think there'll be a lot of young lads there in America.
Right, so that's on the 3rd that we're playing in Florida. No, or does he mean the season start? Hold on. No, hold on. What's on the 3rd, Charlie?
Is that the start of the season?
I thought it was that more middle of August. I didn't think it was that early in August.
It must be the start of the season, isn't it?
August the 3rd, which is in like 2 weeks away. It can't be.
When's the season start?
No, he must mean the game in Florida because look, 27th is in Jacksonville, and then maybe the 3rd. Yeah, because the season is. I swear the season is like near the end of August, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, it must be. Must be. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell. Good luck with that. Running around in that.
So the Copa final is Argentina v Colombia.
Yeah.
It's funny because obviously this year is the first time I think they've opened it up so much. Normally, it's, you know, there'll be like a North American, they'll have Mexico as an invitation, but this year they've had Jamaica, Mexico, Canada, I think Costa Rica.
And USA.
Yeah, Costa Rica, USA. And because of that, they had, I think, 4 groups of 4, where normally they've only got, 11 countries in South America, and then normally Mexico or one other team just makes, so it's like a 12. It's a bit like everybody qualifies. So, yeah, I think the way to go, and it is called Copa America, so everybody else is classed as the Americas. And that's why, yeah, you're right with Jamaica being in North America, because where did you say? North America, you say? Where did you say for Jamaica?
The what?
You said Jamaica's in North. Did you say North America?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, Jamaica's at the Copa for the first time. So yeah, I think that's the way to go for them, is to have more teams in it, because it just makes a better spectacle.
Canada had a decent showing, didn't they?
CB with the immunity too, they won't know what's hit them. Yeah, I can guarantee if it's if it's that bad, those players are gonna be wishing that they was somewhere else. You know, in a rather than a cold winter night in Scarborough or somewhere, they'd be rather.
Remember I told you when I first played here.
Yeah.
On the Gold Coast, fuck me, at half time, I thought I was going to die. I was in the shower at half time, gasping for air. What the fuck is this? Wow. Yeah, it makes a difference, man, that heat. Big difference.
Right, I think, okay, Robert this might be Robert's for the England game. Right, let's get to the two games, which will be...
Jesus.
Let me put it in here. Notes. Let me just check who's meant to be the home and who's away. Fixtures. Right. Spain are down as a home team. So Spain v England, you lot. Only 2 games. Spain v England, and it will be cards, corners, shots on target, and correct score. Spain v England. Spain v England. Giza. Giza Titch. Charlie, you're gonna take part. I'm gonna put your name down. CB, Wally, Malk, Lawrence, Robert. Is Inky still here? Inky still here? Right. Our friends traveling from England better bring sunscreen. When I was in Cali, up to Nevada, over to Arizona, then Utah in 3 weeks, it always stayed between 94 and 124 degrees. That was 15 years ago. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ. That's serious, ain't that?
For 3 weeks as well. Arizona is dry heat. Shit. Right, so this must be right. Let's go to, all right, here we go. So Robert has said Spain 1, England 2. And Robert in there. Is Inky, you still here? Right, let me just do Robert said 6-3. He's only saying 3 corners though, Robert. It's 6-3-7.
Right, what are you saying? What's the score? 1-2.
1-2. 1-2. Right.
England to win 2-1.
Wally says 3-1 to Spain. 4-10-5. 3-1. Wally. 4-10-5. 3-1. Robert says, oh, Inky is here. Good. Inky. Right. Robert says West Ham have a game for Austria on Monday at 3 p.m. against an Austrian team in online. It's online to watch. The West Ham, the first game of the Austrian team. Right. Next one. Inky. Inky says Spain 1, England 2. 5, 8, 6.
Inky 1-2 as well. Yeah.
5, 8, 6. 1-2.
Imagine making a big call and starting Watkins and putting Kane on the bench.
He would never do that.
Never in a million years. Never in a million years.
I see. I didn't read the article, but Gary Neville said Kane has to start. He's England's greatest ever player, which I don't agree with that. Would you say he's England's greatest ever player, Harry Kane? How? He's England record goal scorer. He's not England's greatest ever player. No way.
No, I think Bobby Charlton probably might even beat that. It depends how you judge it, I suppose.
Well,
you judge it by goals. I think he scored more than anyone.
Yeah, he's got no. Yeah, but he's not.
Depends how you judge it. You do it by caps. You know, some of these players got over 100 caps. Bobby Moore had over 100, 104, I think. Yeah, it depends how you judge it.
Do you do it by somebody that's at least won something with the national? Yeah, like how is he England's great? I mean, Once again, that's his opinion, but nah. Anyway, Malk also says Spain 1, England 2. 5, 8, 7.
Everyone's voting with their heart here, mate. Tell ya. Everyone's going with England. But like I said, every final, no matter what, Wigan won a final for fuck's sake. Sunderland, Wimbledon. Any.
Right. Charlie agrees with Wally, saying Spain 3, England 1. 3, 17, 9. CB. 3, 17, 9. 3, 1.
So you see the Americans ain't using emotion here, they're straight in. Yeah.
Lawrence says 2-2 England to win on penalties.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I got mine then. I had that in my head. I was thinking about 2-2, but I'm not sure England scored 2 against them.
Okay, so what's
I think 1-1.
You going 1-1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 cards.
Yeah.
7 shots on target.
Yeah. How many corners?
Corners. 7.
And 7 shots on target, yeah? And 1-1.
Even 1-1, I think I'm being optimistic, but it's a final, mate. Anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My score prediction will be heart. I'm not even thinking head, so I'm going heart. I'm gonna go with the old group chat. I'm gonna go 2-1, and England get a late like Watkins the other day, and it don't go to extra time. It don't go to penalties. England score where there's basically no time left for Spain to recover. 2-1, no penalties, no extra time. Yeah, I'm gonna go Spain 1, England 2. Heart. Right, cards and corners. I don't see too many. I'm gonna say 3 cards. 3 cards. I'm gonna say 9 corners, and I'm gonna say shots on target. I think England's actually gonna come with that. I think England's gonna get 4 on target. Spain 3. I'm gonna say 8. 8 shots on target. And I said 1, 2. Easy. Right, let me check. Let's read Malk's comments and then check who's the home team for the South American thing. I drove 3,000 miles, come back to Arizona, then back to Cali. The sun there isn't so sicky and sweaty like here. Yeah, because that's the thing. This country, when it's hot over here, it is a nasty sort of heat in it. It's not. Yeah, it just feels.
Yes.
I'm telling you, like when. Yeah, this house when it's proper hot, it's disgusting. Like yes, but then anytime you've been abroad and it's hotter, it's a different type of heat. Like yes.
There are different types. You get that here, and a mate of mine here, 30 degrees here. It's fucking 32 is hot, man. The humidity and everything. You could go over to Western Australia and it'd be 40 degrees and it doesn't feel as hot as this 32 here,
Yeah.
Doesn't feel that bad. It's just humidity really changes everything.
I always normally go against the odds. 1 sec. No. Right, let me see who's the home and away for this one. 1 second. Argentina. So fixtures. Argentina, the home team. So Argentina v Colombia, everybody. Argentina v Colombia. One sec, put the names in.
Argentina versus Colombia.
Imagine if Messi won more major national trophy.
Another trophy. Imagine that. Just to finish off.
Exactly. Right. Let's see. Charlie says, yeah, Cali is nice. I was there once. It was 95 degrees. Wasn't hot at all. Here in Florida, if it's 88, it's unbearable.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's exactly the same, Charlie. Yeah, big difference. Eh?
See what I mean?
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Right. Malk says, Argentina 2, Colombia 0. 7982-0. Malk. 7982-0.
Mal.
8-2-0.
Jesus. Yeah, I see. That can give me a shock seeing Luis Suarez come on the pitch there the other day.
Did he come on for Uruguay? Yeah.
Mm.
Because he's playing. Is he playing in Brazil now? Or he was, I think. I don't even know where he is.
Probably in Saudi, is he? I don't know.
No, I don't think he is. I think he
No.
was in Brazil, Guillermo or whatever. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where he is now. Charlie Boy says 1-1 and then Argentina to win on pens. 4-9-6-1-0. 4-9-6-1-0. 4-9-6-1-1. Who's next? Robert says 3-2 to Argentina. 6-7-6. Robert.
Who's that, Robert? 3-2. That'd be a good final, wouldn't it? 3-2.
3-2. Yeah, that'd be a cracking final. I haven't seen none of these games, you know. Lawrence says Argentina 2, Colombia 1. 4-8-7. 8-2-1. Wally says 1-2. So Colombia to win 2-1. Wally 5-11-5. Wally. I'm gonna 1-2. I need to find something. But Inky says 2-0 Argentina. 6-8-7.
2-0.
6-8-7. 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going for a fucking shock here, boy. Because I think
saying?
Colombia are going to kick Argentina off the pitch. They're going to be on that white powder before they get on the pitch and go bonkers, right?
Remember, they got a red card as well, so that player will be missing for the final, whoever that was.
Who?
Colombia. Remember, they got a red card against Uruguay, so that player obviously can't play.
I'm going to go for a crazy Argentina 0, Colombia 2.
Wow.
You're out, man. Go. Big shot. And 8 corners.
How many cards?
I'm going to kick them off the pitch, so I'm going to go 8 cards.
8 cards, 8 corners. How many shots on target?
8. I'll go, fuck it, triple 8s.
8 again?
8.
888. There's a betting company called 888. And you're saying nil 2, yeah?
Yeah. I don't believe that will happen, but you never know.
One sec. 1 minute. Right, so right, let me just right, here we go. Right, let me go. I'm gonna go Argentina, Colombia, Messi, Swan Song. This is another hard one. I could see Colombia winning, it's easy, but I'm gonna gotta be Argentina. I'm gonna go Argentina. I'm gonna go 2-1 Argentina.
2-1.
I did something right. Can somebody clarify? I swear I heard. I could be wrong. I heard a commentator mention, but I could be wrong because while the Euros are going, I'm sure they said that they haven't implemented extra time in the Copa. I don't know if it's straight to penalties or what. Is that?
Oh yeah, it is. I watched the game the other day, and the commentator said that.
Yeah, I thought I heard that.
I don't know about the final. I presume the same. They go straight to penalties. Yeah,
no extra time. Yeah, I think it was in the European game, but they said something about extra, and they said, "Oh, like the Copa, that confederation this tournament they haven't." Yeah, so there's no.
No, they guess. And you know what? I think there's a lot of merit to that too, guys. Bollocks to extra time. Just go straight to the penalties.
Yeah. So
get it won in full time. It encourages the team to win the bloody game,
yeah,
or doesn't. That's the question that nobody asking. Does it encourage teams to try and win it? You know, if you're probably the favourite team, you don't want it to go to penalties because that's a fucking lottery.
exactly.
It might encourage teams to win it, or it might encourage two teams to fucking just hold on to what they got and let's go to penalties. Who knows? But it might be a good idea. There's too much, especially these players, right? At this level, they're playing too much football. That's a fact. They're playing too much. So to cut it down as much as you can, if you're going to have all these tournaments and all these games that these top players are going to be playing in, because most of them are playing in them extra competitions of Europe or whatever, cup competitions. They're playing so much more. So do you need that extra time? I'm not so sure. I think you could get rid of it.
I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. Let me just do this. Charlie Boy, you still doing your music? Yes, I still mix tracks with people, make a beat here and there. One second. Right, depends. Right, we had a beef with the Colombians in the late 90s, so I'm rocking Argentina. Plus, there's a lot of Argentina and there's a lot of Italians that went to Argentina, isn't there? Or vice versa. A lot of Italians and Argentinians are, yeah. There's a lot of them that are sort of, I'm sure.
No, I know. There's a lot of Germans went to Argentina after 1945.
There's a lot of Argentinians in Italy, I believe, or the other way around.
Is there?
Yeah, a lot. I'm trying to think which way around it was. So then a lot of that played for the national team, and you find out that they have got a lot of Italian heritage or Argentinian heritage. Charlie should know. Yeah, here we go. Right. Yes, a lot of Italians in Argentina. Messi can play for Italy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Right. Let me just give you my I gave you my score. Let me put this in. I want to ask. Right. One sec. Argentina, Colombia. Cards. I'm gonna go 7 cards. I'm gonna go corners. 11 corners. Shots on target.
Mate, there'll be 7 cards for the bench. Never mind what's on the pitch.
Shots on target. Fuck. I'm gonna go. I haven't watched any of this. I'm gonna go 7 shots on target. And I said 2-1, didn't I?
Well, I went 8-8-8. Are you going 7-7-7?
I'm going 7-11, and then I'm going 7. Right, that's done. Right. Here we go. Yeah, most of the names in Argentina are Italian. Yeah.
Really?
They are, yeah.
Really?
Right,
okay.
So now, right. I screenshot something the other day, yeah, because I thought it was quite, for me, I kind of get this feeling as well. I need to find this. I want to read it out. Tell me you lot's thoughts. I think it was, I don't know if Bielsa screenshots. One sec. Let me see if I got this still. I hope I did. Right, here we go. So Marcelo Bielsa, yeah. Part of his press comment, he said, this is before they lost. I'm sure that football is in a process of decline. More and more people are watching football, but it is becoming less and less attractive because what made it the best game in the world is not there anymore. Now, yeah, you lot have heard me say many of times, probably recently in the last year or so, I had the game on, but I was doing stuff, and I've kind of fallen out of love with watching football, and I'll have it on, but I'm doing, before I used to be like dedicated, I'm watching it, but it's not the same for me anymore. Like football for me is not the same. I want to know, and the reason why we just spoke about, is it changing a lot where we've got 2 tournaments running concurrently, one's going extra time, one's not? Has this ever happened before where it's different rules? And I just think, when I was trying to explain to my son, the 3rd son, who's 13. Nowadays, I don't see the whole plethora of ballers that we used to have, like in throughout the eras, but there was always an abundance of players. You'd watch the Champions League and those 4 from that team or those 3 from the team they're playing against, they're going to do something in this game. Now, I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not really, football for me is not as appealing as it used to be. I love football from just as soon as I could walk, and that wasn't because someone in my family. I just love football, football coach and all of that. But I don't, as a spectacle, I don't really like football nowhere near as much as I used to, and that's why I say, I don't really watch, or I didn't watch it, and we do the prediction show, and you've watched the 20 minutes highlights and that, and some of those games I haven't even watched match of the day, which is like just the highlights and that. So what's your thoughts, everybody? Is football, has it changed, and has it changed for the better, for the worse, or am I just like, nah, it's still the same? Like,
no, it's changed. I'm the same as you. I haven't, apart from the Holland game. Now, I used to be massively up for any England game, Now I'm watching it. I'm like, shit. I thought every game we played, we were shit. Nearly every game, right?
Yeah.
Flashes, of some bit of brilliance, like say from Bellingham. Flashes of Ollie Watkins coming on, getting that winner. But generally, when you've had 90 minutes and England have had one shot on target, and that didn't come to the 94th minute. Fucking hell, man! What in any international team, that's bad. Fuck me, man. I took more enjoyment out of watching Slovakia, Turkey, and Switzerland than I did out of watching England. That's what. And Moyes has done that to me at West Ham too, because I weren't enjoying watching West Ham under him. I weren't enjoying it, and I think it's become too tactical now. Football, the tactics have become more important than the actual game itself. The game itself should be to entertain, should be to play football as it's meant to play, and that's why I like Postecoglou, because that's exactly what he says when he turned up at Tottenham. There is a certain way to play this game that we love, and I'm going to play it that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't get involved into the tactics that all these other managers do, and it kills football. Moyes kills football. It's a spoiler. It's spoiling tactics that they play, and you fall out of love with that because it's boring. You've got this tournament. There's not been that great, really. Spain have been a highlight in this tournament.
No free kicks.
And then other lesser teams that I spoke of, they've been highlights in them. They've been good. I thought Switzerland was superb up until, they didn't lose against England.
Yeah.
They lost a penalty shootout. I think they've been superb without any major superstars in there. They had Xhaka, I wouldn't call him a major superstar, but he was one of the best players of the tournament for me, Xhaka. I watched him for Switzerland, mate. He controlled so much in the midfield every game. He was just quarterbacking the midfield. He was superb. And he was creating shit. And England were creating nothing in them games. Nothing. We got through. But was it impressive? No. Was it that enjoyable? No. Spain have been a highlight because you had 2 young lads up front of just really doing well. And it is. I think it's going the wrong way. Bielsa's right. It's becoming. VAR doesn't help because it kills that emotion. That I scored a goal. I watch England score and then I don't even celebrate. I'm
wait.
There's got to be something. There's going to be something. It's VR doesn't help it. I'll tell you that now. But it is what it is with that. But I think it is. The game is. Look, even Brazil. All the highlights I watched in Brazil. I love watching Brazil. Now they're sort of just another bits and pieces. Not that exciting.
Yeah.
I think as an entertainment is on the decline. Myself.
Pellegrini, is that Immobile or Ginobili. I don't know who that is. But
Yeah, that's true. Pellegrini is an Italian name, isn't it?
Yeah, Messi is Italian. Only reason Argentina is good at football. Too much money in the game these days, says Robert. I think for me, just across the board,
there is too much money. Yeah,
it's just focusing more so, I think, on athleticism rather than the skill and off the cuff and all. Yeah, like I said, is just going back when you had, if you go back through Real Madrid's team when they had, Beckham, Ronaldo, Zidane, Roberto Carlos, McManaman, Raul, and Hierro. It's just now, I think we'll praise someone like, and I don't really, but you play someone like Vinicius Junior. But if you compare him to, your Ronaldinho's and that, he's not on that level he's not on their level. But it's kind of where we're at now is these sort of players are the ones that we're saying, oh, like he's fucking quality, he's mustard and that. But to me, they're not. So I don't look at Vinicius as I look at him through different goggles because I'm still comparing him to his predecessors in the likes of Rivaldo or Ronaldo or Ronaldinho or Romario as a Brazilian. He doesn't strike me as a Brazilian player, what I was accustomed to. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But it's the new generation, they think that he's, fucking Vinicius is the best thing. Like when I think he's not like
Robert and Malk, they'll be the same as me, mate. Even though I'm mad West Ham sport, I remember the Stan Bowles of the day, and Rodney Marsh. Yeah, you had Chris Waddle or Glenn Hoddle, entertaining fucking class footballers, amongst the English leagues. That you remember them, even though they weren't the superstar, but my God, they were fun to watch. They were good to watch, and nothing to do with West Ham, but I love watching these players, man.
Yeah,
and it's more and more you see players now that they've been shackled into a system. And play. You got look at Harry Kane, fucking everywhere he goes, he scores goals club level. But he played for England. Yeah, he scores goals because he's played a lot of games and he takes all the penalties. But he's not the same Harry Kane you see week in, week out, whether it be for Tottenham or Bayern.
And Foden is a prime example.
Foden as well. Until that first half against Holland, been really disappointing, ripping up the Premier League. But it just seems that there's a shackles when it gets to this international teams now, especially with England. And you just go, what is this? I don't know.
Lawrence says, since I started following West Ham in 2019, I have watched and cared more about football than ever. I watch all kinds of teams and leagues. I have learned a lot about the sport too. You have. Yeah. And this is the thing, Lawrence. What I've said there probably won't resonate with you because, you've always been open that you started following in 2019. So this is what you're used to this. You understand? This is all you know in regards to the sport as a whole from 2019 and maybe slightly before that. This is what you know, but football is not how it used to be. It's as a spectacle. If you was watching football in I would say for me personally, like the 90s and the 2000s, you would love football much more than you do now. And it's hard to comprehend because obviously, like I said, you got into it in 2019. But the likes of, I'm trying to think in the English game, Giza and them can talk about your George Best and all. I know these players, but I don't know them from a footballing point of view. I can then go on to the people like Gaza, John Barnes, Letitia, Hoddle, Waddle.
Yeah, them as well. Exactly, Giza. Barnes and fucking Gascoigne. Fuck me, man. They were fabulous players in their day. Fabulous. You're right.
And that's just in England, obviously. And then obviously Brazil. Every time the World Cup come around, you knew Brazil was going to get you off your seats. Now Brazil for me is appalling. Even like Neymar is a superstar, but to me he's not a superstar. All this new generation, Neymar he's better than Ronaldo, he's better than Pele. All this, and I'm thinking For me personally, if you put Neymar against my son, I had a debate with my son the other day. Well, I can't remember which one. It might be the second eldest one, or somebody. They said in
so many of the fuckers. How would you?
In their prime, they're saying Neymar is better than Ronaldinho in his prime. I said, you are crazy. I said, you don't know what.
Madness.
Yeah, and if it wasn't one of my sons, I don't know who I was talking to, but somebody said, if you put prime Neymar v prime Ronaldinho, it's Neymar. And I'm like, you're crazy. You don't know what, no chance.
And not to say, that's why I've always made this call, right? For me, I mean, watching West Ham for nearly 60 years, that Payet at West Ham was, I think, the best player I've ever seen at West Ham for that season.
Yeah.
Not the best player that's been at West Ham. That boy got me excited, got me off my seat. That's when I was getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and 1 in the morning to watch West Ham. I couldn't wait to see that boy on the ball.
Yeah,
that's what you want. It was fabulous, and I think he's one of the best players West Ham have ever had in the shirt. Definitely. For that one season. Definitely. Amazing. It was wonderful to watch, and we're getting less and less of that. The Canio could be like that here and there.
Yeah,
and he was exciting. It was flamboyant, but brilliant at the same time. It gets you off your seat, man.
Yeah,
we're not seeing that in these 2 tournaments. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. That young boy is the nearest thing I've seen to it.
Yeah,
and it's nowhere near the levels of that Payet season or Di Canio when he's at his peak, or Ronaldinho. Nowhere near it, or Pele. Nowhere near it. But the boy might become that. There's definitely prospect there for him being an absolute superstar.
I hope so. Yeah, I want to see more players that just you can't wait to watch. Barcelona's playing so and so in the Champions League. That means Lamar's playing. Yeah, you just want to. Yeah, you tune in back in the day just to watch certain. Zidane, whether he's at Juve or Real Madrid, you tune in to watch them. Then you see them replicate that on the national stage. You got your Vieira, Petit, Zidane, Henry. You think France? Look, they destroyed. I wanted Brazil to win that, and they dealt with them 3-0 in the final. That French team, now it's I just don't get the same buzz around the football at all.
No, you need these superstars, mate, to give you that buzz. Yeah, I mean, the first one I knew as a kid growing up was Pele. Wow, look at this boy. And even most of that Brazilian team at the time, especially in 1970, Mexico World Cup, was just a joy to fucking watch.
Yeah,
So
yours was Pele, and like I said, for me, the World Cup that I first remember was '86, and I fell in love with Maradona. I don't get
which I did later on. I didn't think there could be anyone to succeed Pele on that, but I think Maradona did as an all-round player.
Yeah,
fucking unbelievable, great player.
I was compromised. I remember, I was pissed off with the handball, but I kind of thought. Yeah, I fell in love with him as a player, so I kind of thought, you know what?
Yeah,
I let him.
I was hard because he scored one of, I think, the best goal ever in a World Cup in that same game, didn't he? Yeah. He walked through the fucking England team and slotted it. You mean, wow, this geezer. But yeah, he done the handball. But you can look at it the other way. How fucking smart was it that he could hide that? I didn't know he'd handballed it. When I watched it on telly, I went, how did he get his head to that? Then you watch the replay, go, for fuck's sake. He disguised it so fucking well. Even that was a bit of brilliance.
Of course.
But even if you call it cheating, it was still a bit of brilliant cheating. So you can't, I don't think players can complain about that when they're forever fucking claiming corners that are not corners, forever claiming throw-ins that are not throw-ins. It's the same fucking thing. This just made a massive difference. It was a goal.
The reality is this. If Gary Lineker would have done it against Argentina, we would be full of praise for him. You understand? Like we would back in the day. Now there's social media.
Exactly. You fucking loved it.
Now everybody wants to be politically correct, and if that was Lineker, back in the day, right back then, if I was doing the social media and and England scored that goal, I'd be like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, good on you, Gary Lineker.
Have it. Yeah. Lovely.
Right. So Robert says Hutchinson with his throw-in. Does that? You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, is that Ian Hutchinson, Robert? Is it Ian Hutchinson? Yeah.
What was that? Not a front flip. No. What did he do? What?
I remember that Ian. It's definitely not Don Hutchinson.
Nah.
Must be Ian. I think it's Ian Hutchinson. Was he at Chelsea or Stoke? Or
What was it? A throw it. What?
don't know. I'm just trying to think. He had the massive long throw. I think that's who he's talking about.
What he says. Yeah, the game needs more entertainment. Marching bands.
Yeah, that'll solve it, Wally. That'll solve it, mate.
Robert says one of my favourites, Colin Bell.
Colin Bell, fucking hell, Robert. There's a name from the past. That's Man City boy. Yeah, good. Colin Bell.
And Lawrence says, sorry, I understand what you two are saying. Yeah, it's
it's just hard for you to get the concept bit, Lawrence, because you never saw it back then. But we noticed the change in football. The change came with the Premier League bollocks for English football, and too much money. As Robert said, there's too much money in the game. The players are getting too much. And I've always said it. There should have been a fucking cap on wages as soon as the Premier League started, but there was never going to happen. The fucking Players Football Union don't fucking help because they wouldn't let that happen. That they can be capped.
Yeah,
they'll never have let it happen. But now it's out of control. It's out of control.
Do you know what? I can guarantee. I reckon this will resonate even more with Lawrence. If me and you started watching NFL 5 years ago, or 5 years ago, we'd be like, I bet Lawrence would say it's shit now. Like, you know, like it's not as
because so much better.
I've heard people saying that it's not as it used to be. They used to go out there looking to paralyze a man and all that shit. But so now, so Lawrence and Wally, as NFL, has that changed since back in the day? Is it like nowhere near as good as it was back in the day? Because I've heard that a few times over the years that it's not nowhere near what it used to be. So maybe that's a good comparison. So I don't know if you lot watch the NFL like that though, but just let me know. Is the NFL nowhere near what it used to be?
Exactly.
I think that's what people have said. I've heard people say that over the course of time that it used to be a lot more physical. A lot more. Yeah,
well, the greatest player ever to play the NFL was the Fridge.
Yeah, Fridge. I remember that name.
That guy's about 25 stone overweight.
It's hard to compare different eras.
Yeah, it is.
Standards of pitches, balls, boots, diets, etc. But that's the thing. For me, that's what makes it more frustrating. Back in the day, even before my time and during my time, there were shit pitches and ballers. People that had the ball stuck to their foot on those terrible pitches. Yeah. Even on the best of days, weather-wise, the pitches were still shit. So when it's a bit icy or frosty and that, so it's even harder, it's even more bobbly, and they're still doing what they're doing. Now you've got carpet and we've got robots. Rather than you'd think now, imagine those players, and we said this already back in the day, you George Best and all the ones that I'm not aware of, but dribbling on these pitches today, they'd make the game look easy and beautiful at the same time. Just dribbling, So
plus they're more protected now.
Exactly.
Where the likes of George Best and Maradona were getting kicked to fuck. And they still managed to shine. So.
Here we go. Yes, known as the windmill, as his arms used to continue to rotate after the throw.
Yeah. I half remember it, Robert. Yeah.
Good point, Titch. Right. Yeah. They protect the quarterback so much now. And Lawrence says it has changed. Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah, Perry, yes, his name.
Oh,
remember him.
You know it's changing. The Lions are playing well, Wally. Ray Lewis. Lawrence, so true. The Lions have been rubbish my whole life until last season. Changes in the law with the passing back to the goalkeeper. Yeah, that was definitely a good change.
A great change, Robert. That was a massive change and a great change for football. I thought it really was. That helped the game. Without that. That was a good law.
Yeah, but mine is.
But even with VAR, we know it's there to get decisions right, and it probably gets more right than it does wrong, right? But there's a lot of goals now where the guy's toenail is offside are being disallowed.
Yeah.
Where I can't get over after playing the game up to I was 43 that if I was a forward, that I've got 99% of my body on side. Yeah, I'm given offside, but for the 1% of my big toe, and that's what's happening. To me, if you're in line with a defender, you're onside. The fact that your elbow, or won't be your elbow, your shoulder, or the front of your boot is off. It's not offside. It's just your body is in line with that defender. But now we've taken it down to these fine margins. Say 99% onside, 1% is given offside. I find that shit. That's a bad way to do it. But they've got to draw a line somewhere. To me, I think if more than 50% of your body is in line, then you should be given the goal or say onside.
Do you think? No, we can come up with all these solutions and that, but do you think they should have like a 10-second rule? Whoever's looking at that offside, if you can't determine within 10 seconds, fuck it, give the goal. If it takes you 2 minutes, then really, is he really offside?
Yeah, I know. That's killing it. That's killing the game, the time it takes. But I think the offsides, it's a hard one to do when you start bringing it down to them margins. But I'm just a believer that there's one way to make it better. Only your feet can be offside. So then, guy pointing that way or whatever, and his shoulder, giving it for his shoulder is bollocks. You mean when I played against forwards, they were always hanging their feet back to not be offside. Right? With me, they're trying in a line, and they're holding their feet back not to go forward. That I'd say most of them would have been given offside because the top of their body's leaning forward, past me, but their feet were, and that's how it was judged. And I'd rather just tweak that law. It's it can only be your feet that's offside. If that toe is 2 inches over, okay, give it, but not a shoulder, not a head. That shouldn't be given offside. If the rest of your body is in line, especially your feet, then it's not offside. I think that would be a better way to do it. Only your feet can be offside.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot better for it, because you see when players are on the move, they lean forward, their head's in front, maybe a defender, their feet isn't. And you'd have a lot more goals from it and a lot more. I think it'd be a fairer way to do it. Only your feet can be offside.
Look, so see, sometimes when I concentrate a lot, sometimes my tongue is hanging out. Yeah. So look, I've got a long tongue. Touch my nose. So if I was head to head with someone, I was concentrating, my tongue was sticking out, I could be offside with my tongue.
You'd be a first, I think. I think it would be the first offside by tongue.
But I could score with my tongue. But once, in all seriousness, your feet. It should just be your feet, because, like you said, there's little players, there's taller players, and that taller players at a disadvantage. Where if we're going into shoulders and leaning, and if it's your feet, then generally it's a better gauge to for a minute.
To me, that's a small tweak that they could do.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, everything that can score a goal on your body can be offside. Yeah. No, only your feet. And that will cut it down. It'll make it so much quicker for them to solve it too.
Exactly.
Is his feet offside? Yeah, done.
Yeah, exactly. Titch is trying to attract you.
Yeah.
But you're right, though, because, if they come out and say, listen, football is about entertainment. Yeah. And because of that, we are now saying, it's going back to the original rule, which was, if your feet is onside, we're not bothered about the rest of your body leaning. It's that. We want to see more goals. It's an entertaining sport. Somebody come out and say that and say, look, it's the feet only. And that should then it should take a lot quicker to then decide, is he on or off?
In a moment, you can decide that.
Yeah, it's so
easy. In a moment. When it takes the time is when the guy's leaning forward. Normally, is when they start looking at the line between his shoulder or his head to the last defender, and that's what takes all the time, because it's minuscule. You can do the feet really quick, really easy.
Yeah,
just by his feet. It would save a lot of time and a lot of headaches. And everyone knows it then. Keep your feet on side.
Exactly.
That's it. Fucking hell.
Sorry, lads. Talking to a friend who's disabled. Talk to her every night late. No worries, Mark. I'm glad you're still here. We're going to wrap this up soon anyway. But yeah, I'm glad all of you lot are here, as always.
You might not have noticed it as well, Geezer. Yeah, watching that Copa America. You know when they send the referee to the screen to have a look? When he comes back to the pitch, he's mic'd up. And he flicks his mic on and explains what the decision is to the whole crowd.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been doing that. I think they're just trialing it at the Copa America. He comes on, flicks the mic on, and tells you what the decision is, and then gives it.
See? And it's always...
No, I don't know what the trial was. I mean, no, I've only seen it through the highlights. There's only been a couple. But I've seen him come on and say what decision. That's probably maybe a good way to go, so everybody knows what's what.
Let me right, Mal, before we do wrap up, you're more than welcome to have your say. Would like to have gave comment about the era. Do that. It's
Go for it,
that was the whole point of
bringing it up.
I'm letting people know my thing is, like I said, is
I believe the likes of Malcolm, Inky, and Robert, myself, and even yourself, because you're not a young, that we lived through the best era of football. We've seen the best era of football. I don't think it's ever going to get any better than what it was from Pele to Bobby Charlton's of England, or Bobby Moore and Martin Peters, to going on to the Gascoignes and that, and George Best of our. We've seen the best, and the best of a Brazilian football especially. We have, and I don't think it's ever going to get any more entertaining than that, than what we saw.
That's the
I think we saw the best eras, and so now it's too scientific now, and it's too clinical, and it's becoming that way to watch, and don't like it.
And I think that's why we sort of appreciate, this tournament. Spain have been the best team, but like I said, with all due respect, if you compare them to teams that we've seen in the past, they're nowhere near that level. But it's sort of scraping the barrel, I believe, in whether it's players or teams. And Spain compared to other international teams, the Brazilian teams you grew up watching, there's no comparison. This Spanish team here, but the level that we're at, they have been the best team in this tournament. But we've seen a lot better, and that's the worry. Not the worry. It's the reality for me is that you're right. It's not going to go back to those days with those players and that sort of free. Yeah.
Even when, because some of these youngsters, are playing, with a bit of freedom, and you see that with the two Spanish boys. They're playing with a bit of freedom, and they don't seem to have that fear.
Yeah.
That's great. And I when you go back to Arsenal, when all them fucking Arsenal fans wanted Arteta out, and they were shit at the beginning there under Arteta's rule. They were shy, and the top players weren't performing. Lacazette, some fucking, what's the other fucker? Yeah, it was the young lads, that Smith Rowe and Saka and Martinelli, and they're the ones pulling them through when things were bad.
Yeah.
They're the ones that you saw that were trying. All these boys that were getting 200 grand a week, 250 grand a week, they weren't even putting the effort in, to make it work. And you can see that. And that's why that money makes a difference. These boys, what's the other boy with Lacazette that Arsenal had? Aubameyang. He was a fucking disgrace, mate. He didn't give a fuck. And I do believe that's too much money.
Yeah.
For a lot, not all players, but some of them. Too much money, too soon, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So
it's not the love of football.
Where the young lads do give a fuck. They're still trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Too late, says Laura. Matt says, heard Stambo's name. Great talent.
Yeah, one of my favourites, Mel. One of my favourites, Stambo.
Feel free, dude. So he's still talking to his friend. In today's game, with the offside laws about off by a nose, you'd be safe even with a hard-on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be safe. I'll be definitely offside.
No. Wouldn't make any difference, mate. My big toe sticks out further.
Right, we are going to wrap this up. I've got to get up early in the morning. Next time we sit down, the Euro final and the Copa would have been played already. I've never seen England win anything. Obviously, 66 was so I hadn't seen West Ham win anything, and then we won the Conference League. So, you know, hopefully lightning strikes twice. But yeah, yeah,
carry on.
No, I was going to say, I'm very, when it comes to things like this, I'm very pessimistic because you kind of don't want to get your hopes up. So, yeah, I'd love to see England win something, but I don't know how, if I believe they will or not, because, yeah, it's just your head is telling you one thing, your heart the other. But I'd love to see this bunch of players do what everybody else couldn't do. You know, we had these so-called golden generations with your Lampard, Scholes, Gerrard, Beckhams, Ferdinands, Terrys, Ashley Cole, all of these people, and you know, and then there's players before that as well that just couldn't get over the line. I remember the Italian 90 when England got to the semi-finals. So yeah, for me, it would be massive for the country. And you know what I do love about football, especially in a country like ours that is you know, look at the Netherlands as well, the multicultural. I love the fact that it does bring people together. It's sad that, you know, you go out and it causes a divide, for, you know, but when England do well, it does bring people together. Whether, you know, I don't go pub and that, but you go pub and everybody's brothers, and, you know, black, white, Asian, China, whatever, everybody. So I think, you know, we've spoken about the politics and where there's always people trying to keep people apart.
Yeah.
England winning would be big for this country for more than just sporting reasons, I believe. I think it would have a legacy, a long lasting, where it would still bridge that gap if there is that sort of, you understand? I think it would more than just sporting benefits. Yeah,
there is something to say to that, because, you know, world politics is about division, and it creates division, and that's what you get when you got a sporting tournament like this. There's no division there. You're either supporting England or you're not. Exactly. And everybody who is, and like you said, it doesn't matter what colour, what creed you are, people get together to support that in the pubs and, you know, around stadiums. Everyone's got it, supporting it. Brings people together in that respect. And we're lucky this time because I do believe it's a massive difference. We're going into this fucking final underdogs, mate. It's perfect. You want to be underdogs. The disappointment of the Italian one was we should have won that. We were a better team. And I believe, and Southgate was the reason we didn't win it. Now he's still here and he's got them to a final again. So you've got to give him credit for that. Regardless of how shit it's been to watch, he's got them to a final. Now, we are the underdogs. So the disappointment won't be so bad if we don't win. It won't. It won't. Everyone will pat Southgate on the back and will probably walk away after this. And it'd be hard to what he's done.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think he's going to get slaughtered as much this time if we lose this final, because it's going to be down to the day.
Yeah.
Who's performing on the day? This is down to the players now. If he goes too negative, there's going to be some kind of pushback on him, for sure, if he goes too negative. But the team won't change. The only change that it might occur is Shaw could start. I don't know if he's fit enough to start a full game. Shaw might start left back instead of Trippier. I think that's the only change he could make.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll make anything else. Would I like to see Ollie Watkins in there instead of Kane? Yeah, maybe. But he's never going to stop Kane. And I can't knock him for that either. Kane's your top goal scorer. He's the captain. Would you drop him for a final? No, that would be a tough decision. That massive.
Yeah, and I don't.
But like I said, Alf Ramsey had that choice in the 1966 World Cup to bring back his best goal scorer in Jimmy Greaves, probably the best player in England at the time, and he chose to stick with Geoff Hurst.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
One massive, biggest decision of the day was that. No substitutions. 11 players on the pitch. You left Greaves out from Geoff Hurst. The best player in England, the best forward in England, Greaves. You left him on the bench. Not even on the bench. You left him out. Now, that's a big call, and it works. Now, Southgate, you could look at, right, I'm going to put Ollie Watkins in. That would have been the biggest call he's ever made. Has he got the bollocks to make that call? No.
Nah.
And I won't blame him not for making it. I'm not knocking it. Because Kane is Kane. And he has been a great player in England and Germany now. So, but if he made that call, wow, and it works, then he might get another fucking contract. If he don't, he's never going to make it. That's for sure.
Right. Read that. Charlie George says Robert as a player.
Yeah, I liked him. Robert scoring when he scored that goal in the FA Cup final. Charlie George won the FA Cup for Arsenal. Cracking goal too.
Max says like Charlie Robert. So many great players about. Totally agree. Titch, Inky, nice one, Inky. I think that's about just the unity that what it brings for England. Look at the Scotland team in the 60s, like Jim Baxter, etc., etc. All great players. Money has wrecked the game.
Yeah, I've been raving on about that for ages, Malk, about why Scotland. You go back 60s and 70s and 80s, the amount of Scottish players that propped up the fucking English First Division. It was a plethora of great Scottish players, and now there's hardly any. So the game has changed. And there's so much an influx of foreign players in Scotland now that them younger players are not being brought through. It's an amazing demise of Scottish football, really.
Robert says, someone said 1965 West Ham win a European trophy, 1966 England won a trophy, 2023 West Ham win a European trophy, 2024 England win a trophy. And, you know, Geezer said it already, the comparisons between Moyes and Southgate, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if England done a West Ham and yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, just when you look at it from a footballing point of view, I'm like, nah, Spain have got this, but yeah, it's a final and
it's a final, mate. Look, I didn't think England would get past Slovakia. I actually, because we done that game here, the predictions on it. But when we did get through that, and we hadn't had a show since, I actually thought we would beat Holland myself. I thought, no, I think we'll get past Holland.
I wasn't sure.
In a final, mate, no way I'd write England off in this final. Or any team in the final. Any team. Because anything's possible.
How you doing, Darren? You did actually win with this little mini one we done with 35 points, but as agreed by me and you said, Lawrence, if you're not here on time, Lawrence can have your points. So yeah, Lawrence.
Morning, Darren. Yeah, well done.
Hey, Darren.
No, Darren takes them back. He takes the points back now. You fucked Lawrence. He's taking them back. He's here.
Matt says Greaves is England's best striker.
Yeah.
Lawrence says, thank you for your points. I am the champ. Didn't Hammers win the FA v Preston 3-2, I think, in 64? Did we? Was it 64? Yeah. Yep. Larry Float lacks about. What was I going to say? That's what I was going to say. I've mentioned before, motivation. Who's got the more motivation in a game? And I think, as a nation, England have got more motivation to win this final than Spain.
Yeah.
Spain have had recently, they won 2 Euros and a World Cup. England ain't won since 66, and that was on home turf. So even that as well, England, I feel, have got more desire and more motivation to win this as a nation.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just looking for any sort of positives for England, but as a nation, Spain have been there recently. Like, they went a long period not winning anything, and then they just had a purple patch. England, it's been 66. Black and white TVs and shit. We ain't won nothing in color. So, yeah, I think because of that, the fans in the stadium are going to be more. They're going to want it more than the Spanish fans because of what it means to win. So, I'm just hoping all of those things factored in can see England over the line. And yeah, you know, next time we sit down as a group, we'll know whether England have done something that has never been done in my lifetime.
I'm getting up. My boy's he's already booked Monday off. It's a 5 o'clock in the morning kickoff for us. So we'll be watching it live and just hope for the best, man. Hope everyone turns up. All the players turn up. The motivation's there, again. I have no doubt that England team will try their hardest to win this game. I just hope the shackles are released to a point. You can understand him trying to be keeping it tight, making sure we don't go behind. Obviously, every manager's going to think that way. Yeah. But don't be too defensive that we can't pose a threat. We need to pose a threat to Spain.
Yeah.
And why not? Why not? We've got the players to do it. This is the thing.
Exactly.
If a 16-year-old can do it for Spain, mate, I'm sure the likes of Saka and Foden can do it for England.
Exactly.
They've got that much more experience. They're hardened. Even though they're young players, they're hardened warriors now in the international game. You know, they've played enough. You know, they're experienced England internationals now and still young and got brilliance behind them. They have. They can do that.
Of course.
They just got to turn up on the day. Turn up on the day.
It was pleasing for me to see Foden finally look somewhat like the player that we know he is in this game. So I hope that in the final, that was just a little prelude to how he's going to perform in that final. So yeah.
Well, the last few games goes out. He needed our bench to help get through them, isn't it?
And that's what Lawrence is saying. Lawrence saying England will win if Southgate uses his bench.
Yeah, there you go, Lawrence. Well said. And that has helped us. What we don't want to be is out of touch in this game before you get to that bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't be 2-0 here, you've lost. And I think that either way. Anyone that goes 2-0 up in this final will win the game. You can't go 2-0 behind and then start throwing bodies on to help save it. You've got to keep within touch. So I can understand him being a little bit negative in the first half. I think the first half might be quite boring for England. It could be a little bit deep. I mean, you'll see Harry Kane 10 yards outside our own penalty area, help defending. I think you'll see a bit of that. The second half is where you got to win it. But if you can keep it tight and not, even if you concede one goal, which we've done against Holland, even if you concede that one, there's still a way into the game. You concede two, it's probably not going to happen. So,
I believe that if England are going to win, we can't go behind. I don't think we can go behind against Spain. So England, and that would imply it would be a hold out, scoring at 80th minute. I would rather us just be on the front foot earlier than that, so that we are taking the game to Spain, which they probably won't be expecting. They're probably expecting England to be a little bit passive in that. I think, if he changes his tactics somewhat and approaches the game in a different manner, it might catch. And Watkins would be the first. Let's say he's not going to, but let's say starting team, they've got an hour and a half to prepare. Oh shit, it's Watkins. That straight away they would think, okay, well, this is not going to be the same game we thought it was. If he's not going to change the personnel, change the tactics, and just be more proactive, go at them. You understand? Like, remember the games with West Ham this season where we started the first 10 minutes and it was like we was on fire. You understand? Do you remember certain games were like fucking hell, and then obviously whatever, we just couldn't maintain that. But if England could do something like that where they just come out of the traps quickly, that would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. I don't think
that would be good. You know what I mean? To surprise that coach and just go at them, but I'm not sure that's in Southgate's locker, but you never know.
That would be the
it could be the last time he's ever England manager, this, or he could be here for another 3 years, and it could depend on this result.
Will Starmer give the country a day off if we win? I was hearing, I saw something saying, "Oh, would there be a bank holiday?"
Yeah.
Darren is coming home, says Robert. Lawrence says Giza is saying England will have a Moyes set up in the first half. Need a quick pace up the pitch.
No.
Yeah.
But knowing Southgate and Moyes, I think he will have a Moyes approach to it in the first half. And I'm not going to knock him for that if it works. I've seen it, West Ham do that and go 2-0 down with, defending a fucking game. You know what I mean? Only if it works is that acceptable. If you get to 0-0 at half time, then it's works. Do I want to see that? No. But I can understand it if that's how he approached it, to try and win it in the second half. And I think it'll be more. There's more chance of him doing that than being on the front foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe get caught. Because the boys are quick. Their two boys on the wings are quick. And you don't want them fucking, breaking quickly and coming against us. He won't be. He won't go gun-ho for this. He's scared of being caught. Very scared of being caught. But we'll see.
I think Southgate and Moyes are brothers.
I mean, they're very, very similar outlook. Very similar outlook.
They was both centre backs as well. So, yeah, I can't find that. Anyway, right, you lot, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah,
and yeah, we'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, England are champs. Fingers crossed, everybody. But yeah, any final words, Geezer, before we end the stream?
No, good luck for the final shot. You never know. Might get excited about it. It might be good. Young lads. Saka scores one. Foden scores one. Wally Watkins comes on, scores another.
Jeez.
We beat them 3-1.
We can
Not
dream.
that I predicted that.
We can dream.
That'd be nice. We'll see, man.
Now, thank you, Wally. Thank you, lot, as always. Have a good week. It'll be better if England win.
And stay out of Chicago, for fuck's sake. Stay out of Chicago. Fucking mental.
We will see you all next Friday. Laters.
Laters.
Laters.